Did you know that Elon Musk's Neuralink has already implanted a computer chip into a human brain? In a sterile, brightly lit room where the future of humanity is being rewritten, a scene from science fiction becomes reality. A high-precision robot with movements steadier than any human hand delicately lowers a web of ultra-thin threads, each one finer than a human hair, into the living tissue of a human brain. This isn't a movie. This is now. In January of 2024, a monumental event occurred, one that could redefine what it means to be human. Elon Musk's ambitious and controversial company, Neuralink, announced it had successfully implanted its first brain-computer interface, the N1 implant, into a human subject. The recipient was not a test pilot or an adventurer, but an individual whose life had been profoundly altered by paralysis. For this person, the implant represented not just a technological leap, but a glimmer of hope for a life of renewed connection and autonomy. The device itself is a marvel of miniaturization. A small coin-sized chip, designed to sit flush with the skull, is connected to over 1,000 microscopic electrodes. These electrodes are the bridge between the biological and the digital. They are implanted into the motor cortex, the region of the brain responsible for planning and executing voluntary movements. Here, they listen. They listen to the silent symphony of neural firings, the intricate electrical language of thought and intention. Imagine a thought. Move the cursor to the right. For most of us, this thought instantly translates into a physical action. But for someone with paralysis, the connection is broken. The command is sent, but the body cannot respond. This is where Neuralink steps in. The N1 implant intercepts that neural signal, that whisper of intent. Complex algorithms then decode this brain activity, translating it from a biological impulse into a digital command. The thought, once trapped, is now free. The results are, frankly, astonishing. We see the patient, Nolan Darbaugh, a young man paralyzed from the shoulders down after a diving accident, simply by thinking, moving a cursor across a computer screen. He plays chess, navigates online interfaces, and communicates with the outside world. He describes the experience as using the Force, a seamless extension of his own will. With no physical movement, he types messages, interacts on social media, and rediscovers a level of digital independence that was stolen from him. The goal is profound: to restore the ability for people with severe paralysis to control computers and mobile devices with their thoughts, giving them the power to text, browse, and create just by thinking. This technology promises a future where physical limitations no longer mean digital isolation. But, as with any revolution, this one is not without its shadows. The road to this first human implant is paved with complex ethical questions. To develop this technology, Neuralink conducted extensive animal testing, primarily on primates. This has drawn significant criticism from animal rights organizations, who raise serious concerns about the welfare of the subjects involved in these experiments. The public has been forced to confront an uncomfortable question: what is the acceptable cost of human progress? Furthermore, the procedure itself is not without risk. This is brain surgery. The implantation of a foreign object into the most delicate and complex organ in our body carries inherent dangers, including infection, brain tissue damage, or unforeseen long-term complications. While the surgery is performed by a robot to maximize precision, the brain remains a frontier we are only just beginning to map. We are intervening in a system of staggering complexity, and the consequences of that intervention are not yet fully understood. Then, we enter an even more speculative and perhaps more unsettling territory: the future of privacy and identity. Today, the data being collected is a neural signal to move a cursor. But what happens when this technology evolves? What if a future version of this chip can read not just motor intentions, but memories, emotions, or even subconscious thoughts? Who owns this data? The user? The corporation that built the chip? Your thoughts are the most private, intimate part of who you are. The idea of them being stored on a server, vulnerable to hackers, or accessible by a corporation is a chilling prospect. It forces us to ask, where does my mind end and the machine begin? This brings us to the ultimate philosophical question at the heart of the Neuralink project. We are witnessing the dawn of the cyborg age, the literal merging of human consciousness with artificial intelligence. For now, the application is purely therapeutic, a noble quest to restore lost function. But Elon Musk's vision extends far beyond medicine. He speaks of a future where humans achieve a symbiosis with AI to keep pace with superintelligent machines. This isn't just about fixing what's broken, it's about upgrading what it means to be human. Are we on a path to becoming a new species, Homo technologicus, enhanced and forever intertwined with the digital world? And if so, what happens to those who are left behind, the unenhanced? Will this technology create a new, biological class divide? The promise is immense. A world where paralysis does not mean a life of dependence, where neurological diseases can be treated at their source, and where human potential is unlocked in ways we can barely imagine. The peril is equally great, a future of unforeseen medical complications, the erosion of privacy, and a fundamental alteration of our species that we may not be wise enough to control. We stand at a crossroads, gazing into a future that is both brilliant and terrifying. The chip is already inside a human brain. The era of mind-to-machine communication has begun. Are we ready for what comes next? Thank you so much for joining us on this exploration into the future. It's a topic with huge implications, and we've only scratched the surface. What are your thoughts on this technology? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoy diving deep into the science and ethics of our changing world, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. We'll see you in the next one.